are you? It's teacher Katia Medina once again, and we have classes today for 11th grade, English 11th grade. I hope you have a great week, and remember, every Friday we're going to have English classes here in CERTV, so we're going to be waiting for you, so don't forget about them, okay? Good. These are the learning objectives of this class. So we're going to review ideas and opinions related to technology. So we're going to talk about a little bit about technology that we have now and technology that is coming. We're going to improve listening skills, so you're going to be listening to a lot of things, and you have to try to pay attention to certain words and phrases, okay? We're going to learn new vocabulary. We're going to try to improve reading and reading comprehension, and we're going to work writing a structured paragraph, and the paragraph is going to be about apps. So that's like the main subject, apps. So what are apps? Okay. We have that app is short for application. It's like a software program, but instead of being for a computer, it's like a software program for a cell phone or a tablet, any kind of mobile device. And it's most often used in cell phones, but they sometimes say apps for computers now. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So let's talk about present-day apps. And two words are important here, present and apps, because we're going to start talking about using the present tense. I know today we have the future. Today we're going to talk about the future. But you can't go to the future without talking about the present. And we're going to talk about some of the apps that are famous right now, okay, in the present. So we start with YouTube. And I want you to pay close attention to certain phrases and words that are used to describe these platforms. Now, last class, we used relative clauses to join sentences. But the interesting thing here is that instead of using relative clauses, now they take long sentences and they turn them into phrases. I'm going to show you. So instead of saying YouTube is a service in which you share videos, now you have it's a video sharing service, and that's it. So you see, they take many words, they put them as adjectives, and it's a phrase. It's a video sharing service. And that is one of the things that technology is doing. It is changing language. It's changing language. Okay, so we have that in YouTube, users create profiles. They upload, watch, like, and comment on videos. Okay, that's for YouTube. So do you recognize that icon? I know you do. It's Snapchat. Let me tell you a secret. I've never used Snapchat. I never learned, sorry. Okay, so this is Snapchat. It says that it's a private messaging app. Once again, you do not say it's an app that is used to send private messages. Now, it's a private messaging app, and that's it. It lets users send photos and videos, and this is interesting, they are automatically deleted after viewed, okay? I don't know if that's true. I've never used Snapchat. You tell me. This one, everyone now knows it, right? Everybody used to be like Facebook. And now a lot of people have forgotten about Facebook, and they have this app, which is called Instagram. And then it says that Instagram is an online photo sharing app and social network. And of course, Facebook bought it. Acquired means that Facebook paid for it and got it for themselves. So now you can put photos in Instagram and they go also to Facebook, okay? Good. I remember when Instagram started, you know, you could only like put one photo, and then some people wanted to put like 10 photos, and then you would like go like this, and it's like the same person and different photos, the same person. I'm like, man, it's one photo. So now, thanks God, they have you can scroll and have many photos, you know, to the side instead of holding the whole screen with your photos. Okay, so, this is the one that's right now the hottest new app, okay? Users create and share music and videos, and people lip sync and or dance. Do you know what's the meaning of lip sync? Lip sync. You know, sync is like synchronizing, and lip is like from your mouth. So when you lip sync, you listen to a song and you move your mouth as if you were the person who is talking or singing, but it's not you. It's an audio, right? So a lot of people, this is like the thing about TikTok, and people love it. It's like, who does it better? So it's people lip sync and or dance in TikTok. And the last one, last but not least, WhatsApp. And it says that it's an instant messaging app, and smartphone users exchange unlimited. It means that it has no limits. Unlimited texts, images, videos, and audio messages. And guess what? The best thing, for free. That's the best thing, okay? For free. Okay, so now we're going to review what I just said. Remember, these are the present-day apps. We haven't gone to the future still, okay? So these are the present-day apps. Let's review. Okay? So YouTube, we have Line service. So it's a video sharing service. So users create profiles. What are the verbs? We have watch, like. What do we have there? I remember this one was comment, but I can't remember this one. Upload? Yes. Upload, watch, like, and comment on videos. Very good. Now we go with Snapchat. What do you remember here in Snapchat? App. I think it's private messaging. Good. So it's a private messaging app. It lets users send photos and videos. They are, do you remember that? Automatically deleted. Let's see. Automatically deleted after viewed. And then we have Instagram. It's an online photo sharing app and social network. It was, who bought, right? It was acquired by Facebook in 2012. And then we have the hottest new app, okay? Users create and share music and videos. People lip sync. Remember I told you lip sync, moving your mouth, and or dance. Finally, we have instant messaging. Let me see. Instant messaging app. Smartphone users exchange unlimited. What's the meaning of unlimited? No limit. Text, images, videos, and audios, messages. And what's the best thing? For free. That's the best thing. We love free things, right? We love free things. Okay, so we have a little practice here. This icon means that you have to take out a pen and pencil, or pencil and paper, and I want you to write sentences using WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, any of those apps that are used right now. So let me show you my sentences. These are my sentences. So I use YouTube when I want to watch videos. I use TikTok to create and share videos. If I want to share my photos, I use Instagram. When I need to talk to my friends, I use WhatsApp to text them. I didn't put Snapchat. I'm not going to lie to you. I've never used it. So, what would you write? Okay? What would you write? I want you to take notes on a pencil or a paper with your pencil or your pen and write your sentences. Okay? Good. Let's talk about the future. Let's talk about the future. So, remember we were talking about apps. Now, I'm going to show you some apps, and I want you to tell me if you recognize any of the names, okay? We have some apps that are new, that are, 2020 apps. So, do you recognize any of these names? You have Desert Island. You have Split Cloud, Wanna Kicks, Ubiki Touch, Motion Stills, Pulsebox, Overdrop, Chroma Lab, Displayland, Krona. It's interesting because all these are apps that I found in YouTube, and I'm pretty sure there are many other apps, but I use these 20 apps. Now, for this class, I only took 4 apps because you are going to be in charge of talking about the other apps, not me. I'm just going to show you how you're going to talk about the apps. But let me talk about this very generally. For example, when I was researching this, I started to download some of the apps. So this one was very good, Screenshot Go. You can, when you take a screenshot from your cell phone, it puts the screenshots in an album, and you can even go to the album and look at all your screenshots, and you can select the text. It was very good. Google Go is like a Google browser, but the difference is that every web page that you go through, it reads it for you. Interesting. It reads it for you. So, but those are not the ones that I'm going to use, okay? Krona is an application that connects your cell phone to your computer, and you can see all your the messages that get to your cell phone. You can see them on your computer. So if you're working in your computer, you don't have to be looking at the cell phone. So these are just some of the apps that are new for this 2020. If you recognize any of them, good for you. Now, if you don't recognize any of them, let me tell you about the ones that I'm going to talk about. So, look at this first one. Wi-Fi AR. You have the cell phone, you have minus 72 dBm, Split Cloud, and it has like some music there. And then we have Crayon, and you have colors here. And we have Blob, and you have, Blob is like the screen, okay? So let's talk about these 4 apps, okay? Okay, so let's look at this video about new applications, new apps for this 2020.
How many times have you been about to jump online only to find, hang on a second, where did my Wi-Fi signal go? Well, Wi-Fi AR uses augmented reality to show you how strong the signal is in the physical space around you. And there's a lot more where that came from. So welcome to my top 20 apps to take into 2020. Number 19 is Split Cloud, a music player that lets you play 2 songs at the same time. And the way I see it, there are 2 uses. If you fancy yourself as a bit of a DJ, this is a cool way of experimenting with making mashups. But what I use it for is when you've got one phone, but 2 people who want to listen to different tracks. If you plug in a pair of earphones, it can play one track through one ear and another track through the other. I'd go as far as to say that this icon pack, called Crayon, is in my top 3 released this whole year. Loads of icons, flat pastel colors, but more importantly, the wallpapers that come with it. Wallpapers can make or break the way icons come across, and so it's amazing how many icon packs neglect them. With Crayon though, it takes about 2 minutes to make something that looks as good as this. Very easy on the eyes. Speaking of wallpapers, we've got Blob. And I gotta say, the name isn't really doing it much justice. It is an elegant live wallpaper with minimal power draw. And whilst you can pay to customize it, it comes pre-configured in a way that I think will look good on 95% of home screens. The motion is noticeable enough to keep things interesting, but not so fast that it becomes distracting. This is what a live wallpaper should be.
What? Did you understand him? I know you didn't. He speaks very fast, right? He speaks very fast, and he has like a British accent, right? Like a British accent. I've heard people like that they're from India, but they have a British accent, so I know it was a little bit difficult for you. But don't worry, we're going to repeat that for you to listen, okay? So let's take a look at each app separately, and we're going to listen to the description of these 4 apps again, and we're going to look at the information several times, and I want you to pay attention to the phrases and words that are underlined, okay? Good.
How many times have you been about to jump online only to find, hang on a second, where did my Wi-Fi signal go? Well, Wi-Fi AR uses augmented reality to show you how strong the signal is in the physical space around you.
Okay, so he's about to jump online, and then where did the Wi-Fi signal go? So Wi-Fi AR uses augmented reality to show you how strong the signal is in the physical space around you. So if you usually go outdoors to get a Wi-Fi signal or Wi-Fi reception, you can use Wi-Fi AR to get the place where the Wi-Fi signal is better, okay? So pay attention. Uses augmented reality to show you how strong the signal is in this physical space around you. Now, you're going to listen to it again, okay? Okay.
How many times have you been about to jump online only to find, hang on a second, where did my Wi-Fi signal go? Well, Wi-Fi AR uses augmented reality to show you how strong the signal is in the physical space around you.
Good. Now, I was repeating this because we're going to do some small practices about this, okay? So let's take a look at this. Look at the icon again. Please, remember, paper and pencil outside. So you have to show you how strong the signal is. Wi-Fi AR uses augmented reality in the physical space around you. So now, order the sentences. Which goes first?
How many times have you been about to jump online only to find, hang on a second, where did my Wi-Fi signal go? Well, Wi-Fi AR uses augmented reality to show you how strong the signal is in the physical space around you.
Yes, yes. So we have, number 1 is Wi-Fi AR uses augmented reality. Number 2 is to show you how strong the signal is. And number 3, in the physical space around you. Okay? Now, the same sentences, but now by half. Okay? Once again. So we have Wi-Fi AR. What comes after that? Uses augmented reality to show you how strong the signal is in the physical space around you.
How many times have you been about to jump online only to find, hang on a second, where did my Wi-Fi signal go? Well, Wi-Fi AR uses augmented reality to show you how strong the signal is in the physical space around you.
Okay.
Number 19 is Split Cloud, a music player that lets you play 2 songs at the same time. And the way I see it, there are 2 uses. If you fancy yourself as a bit of a DJ, this is a cool way of experimenting with making mashups. But what I use it for is when you've got one phone, but two people who want to listen to different tracks. If you plug in a pair of earphones, it can play one track through one ear and another track through the other.
Okay, so this one is called Split Cloud. And what does Split Cloud do? It says it's a music player. So Wi-Fi AR is not a music player. This is a music player. So it's a music player. And what can this application do? It plays two songs at the same time. At the same time, okay? So it's a music player that plays two songs at the same time. Then we have, it says, it's a cool way of experimenting with making mashups. Now, they talk about being a DJ, if you want to be a DJ. And a mashup is when you take two songs and you like join them, but it's like, you know, doing a DJ kind of stuff, okay? So you can experiment being a DJ with this application. And then it says that if you have one phone, but two people who want to listen to different tracks, then you can use this application. And I know that you might say, who's going to want to listen to another person's phone? They do. You haven't seen kids in a bus when they have to travel. All of them want to listen and be together listening to the same music. So I guess this application is going to be useful for a lot of kids that like to be together and listening to the same song or different songs, okay? But they just want to be together. The kids are like that. I don't know what they're going to do with this pandemic because kids like to be near each other. So, and then it says, if you plug in a pair of headphones, you can listen to one track through one ear and another track through the other, okay? Now, pay attention. It's a music player. It plays two songs at the same time. You fancy yourself a DJ? This is a cool way of experimenting with making mashups. If you want one phone but two people, what can you do? If the people want to listen to different tracks, it can play one track through one ear and another track through the other. That's the name of the application, Split Cloud.
Number 19 is Split Cloud, a music player that lets you play two songs at the same time. And the way I see it, there are two uses. If you fancy yourself as a bit of a DJ, this is a cool way of experimenting with making mashups. But what I use it for is when you've got one phone, but two people who want to listen to different tracks. If you plug in a pair of earphones, it can play one track through one ear and another track through the other.
So, what do you have to put in these lines? You have to put the phrase that finishes the sentence. So, it's a music player that, which is the answer. If you fancy yourself a DJ, you have two sentences here. You have to use two of the sentences. And in order, that means that you have to listen. If you have one phone, this one, who want to listen, so you have two people and who want to listen to, okay? You have two people who want to lift different tracks. If you plug in a pair of headphones, let's do this again. This is the practice.
Number 19 is Split Cloud, a music player that lets you play two songs at the same time. And the way I see it, there are two uses.
Okay.
If you fancy yourself as a bit of a DJ, this is a cool way of there are two uses. If you fancy yourself as a bit of a DJ, this is a cool way of experimenting with making mashups.
Experimenting with making mashups, okay? So if you fancy yourself a DJ, this is a cool way of experimenting with mashups. You have two sentences, okay? You have to look for the sentences and complete the whole sentence. Now we have...
What I use it for is when you've got one phone, but two people who want to listen to different tracks. If you plug in a pair of earphones, it can play one track through one ear and another track through the other.
So if you have one phone, but two people who want to listen to different tracks. So this one, if you have one phone, but two people, goes with this one, who want to listen to different tracks, okay? Good.
Different tracks. If you plug in a pair of earphones, it can play one track through one ear and another track through the other.
So if you plug in a pair of headphones, it can play one track through one ear and another track through the other. Okay?
Go as far as to say that this icon pack, called Crayon, is in my top 3 released this whole year. Loads of icons, flat pastel colors, but more importantly, the wallpapers that come with it. Wallpapers can make or break the way icons come across, and so it's amazing how many icon packs neglect them. With Crayon though, it takes about 2 minutes to make something that looks as good as this. Very easy on the eyes.
Okay, so this is Crayon, and it's an icon pack. That means it's a package that comes with many icons, okay? And it says loads of icons. So loads is a lot of. Flat pastel colors. So we have, look at the pastel colors. And the wallpapers that come with it are easy on your eyes. That means that they're not strong, but they are very soft, and you can look at your phone and they won't disturb your eyes, okay? So let's take a look once again to the information. Icon pack, we're talking about Crayon. Loads of icons, flat pastel colors, wallpapers that come with it make it easy on your eyes. It makes it easy on your eyes, okay? So these are the icons that come, and this is like the wallpaper that comes with this application, which is Crayon.
Speaking of wallpapers, we've got Blob. And I gotta say, the name isn't really doing it much justice. It is an elegant live wallpaper with minimal power draw. And whilst you can pay to customize it, it comes pre-configured in a way that I think will look good on 95% of home screens. The motion is noticeable enough to keep things interesting, but not so fast that it becomes distracting. This is what a live wallpaper should be.
Okay, so it's a live wallpaper. What is a live? Live is something that is happening now, right? So live wallpaper is that it's moving. But usually, when you have things that move a lot in your cell phone, they take a lot of battery power. But this live wallpaper has minimal power draw. It means that it doesn't take too much power from your battery. And it says you can pay to customize it because it has some pre-configured wallpapers, but you can pay to customize it, but the pre-configured ones are pretty good and they look very good. Now it says, very important, that the motion is noticeable enough. It means that you can see that it's moving, but it's not so fast that it becomes distracting, okay? So that's important. So we have live wallpaper, minimal power draw. You can pay to customize it. When you customize something, you make it like specially for you, right? So that's something you can do. You can pay and you can like make it special for you. But he says it comes pre-configured. It means that from the factory, it already has some wallpapers that are pretty good and you don't need to pay extra. And then it looks good on most screens. So let's see the words. Elegant live wallpaper, minimal power draw. You can pay to customize it, pre-configured. We have the word screens. We have the motion is noticeable enough, not so fast that it becomes distracting. So, when I thought about doing this, I said it's going to be we're going to have a little problem doing it, but still I wanted to do it. So let's take a look at some of the words. We have live wallpaper. So look at it here, live wallpaper. If you can see it, please let me know, okay? Because maybe I can't see all the... So we have live wallpaper. Let me cross it over there. Okay, so now we have power draw. Okay, look at it. Power draw. Excellent. Let's cross it over there. Okay. Oh, look at it. Motion. Great. Okay, let's cross it over there. Okay, what other one? Oh, let me see. Which is this one? It's pre-configured. Aha. pre-configured. Let me cross it over there. Excellent. Which is the next one? Oh, this is one. It says easy on eyes. Easy on eyes means it doesn't hurt your eyes, okay? Easy on eyes. Great, very good. The next one is, oh, it's here. Distracting. Distracting. Aha, very good. The next one is, it says customize. Customize. It's there, customize. Okay, we have two more. This one is screens. Double E, screens, okay? Let's cross it there. And then we have pastel colors. Where's that one? Oh, very good. Pastel colors, yes. And let's cross it over there. So these are words that describe crayon and blob. Remember that crayon is an icon pack and blob is a live wallpaper. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the future. And we're going to talk about the future with these apps. Which of these apps will you use or are you going to use in the future? Let's see. Okay, so now we're going to the future. Pay attention to this video to learn how to talk about the future.
Will versus going to. Will. Going to. Express future actions decided at the moment of speaking. Immediate decisions. I will have salad and the fish. Express future plans decided before the moment of speaking. Prior plans. I am going to visit my aunt next Friday. Express a prediction based on personal opinions or experiences. Predictions without evidence. I think United will win the game. Express a prediction based on present evidence. Predictions with evidence. Look at those black clouds. It is going to rain. Express a future fact. The sun will rise tomorrow. Express something that is about to happen. Get back. The bomb is going to explode. Both will and going to can be used for making future predictions without having a real difference in meaning. I think it will be foggy tomorrow. I think it is going to be foggy tomorrow.
Okay, so did you see that you have like 3 rules for will and 3 rules for be going to? Okay, we're going to look at each of them very fast. So we have the first rule for will is express future actions decided at the moment of speaking. It's an immediate decision. And look at my sentence. Thanks for teaching me about these apps. I will download them. So you're deciding the moment that they taught you about the apps that you're going to download them, okay? So I will download them. Now, for going to, the first rule is express future plans decided before the moment of speaking. It's prior plans. So for the trip photos, I decided I am going to use the picnic app. So that's an app to take photos, okay? Good. The second rule for will is to express a prediction based on personal opinions or experiences. So it's predictions without evidence. Maria always logs in to the internet outdoors. She will definitely like Wi-Fi AR. So this is a prediction I have. I don't have any evidence, but I'm pretty sure she's going to like it, okay? So she needs to share the videos from the party. She will probably use YouTube. So I'm assuming that if she needs to share videos, she will probably use YouTube. So it's prediction, but I don't have any evidence, okay? So the second rule for going to is express the prediction based on present evidence. So she loves to have live screens in her phone. I'm pretty sure she's going to love Blob because I'm making a prediction with the evidence that I know she likes to have live video, live screens in her phone. So she is going to probably love Blob, which is the application we saw with the live wallpaper. The third rule for will is to express a future fact. So the world will never be the same after all this new technology. This is a future fact. And we have going to express something that is about to happen. So the teacher is going to assign the homework. Take out your notebook. So this is something that we're in the classroom, and there's always a friend who's never, ready. The teacher comes in and wants to dictate something, and she has to wait like 10 minutes because nobody's ready. So this student says, hey, the teacher is going to assign the homework, so please take out your notebooks. And finally, they say that both will and going to can be used for making future predictions without having a real difference in meaning. And then we have, I am going to have fun using these new apps, or I will have fun using these new apps. Now, when we want to talk about the future, this is the form we already discussed. We have will. So will is combined with the main verb in the base form. The base form means that the verb doesn't have s, it's not in the past. It's just the base form, the main form of the verb. So we have the first verb, download, we have like, we have use, we have be, and we have, by the way. So download, thanks for teaching me about these apps. I will download them. Like, Maria always logs into the internet outdoors. She will definitely like Wi-Fi AR. She needs to share the videos from the party. She will probably use YouTube. Then we have the verb be. The world will never be the same after all this new technology. And I will have fun using these new apps. Now let's take a look at be going to. And I know that sometimes people don't want to have the be, but I put it because the be changes depending on the subject you use, okay? So we have going to, again, the main verb, the verb in the base form. We have the verbs use, love, assign, and have. So for the trip photos, I decided I am going to use the picnic app, okay? We have love. She loves to have live screens in her phone. I'm pretty sure she is going to love Blob. Now, this is why I put the verb be here. Because here you use am when you have I, but when you have she, you use is. So that's why I include the verb be in the structure. We have the assign. The teacher is going to assign the homework. Take out your notebook. And the last one, have. I am going to have fun using these new apps. Okay? So this is the homework for next class.